Ugh, Mark Ruffalo is so embarrassing. If it wasn't for Mark Hamill, something about those Marks that are in Hollywood, he would be the most insufferable celebrity on Twitter. At least I can find some sort of enjoyment with what Ron Perlman posts on Twitter every once in a while because it's just so outlandish and insane. But for as decent as Ruffalo is as an actor, he's at least like the most prominent of the, very, very deeply TDS afflicted group that's out there. But some people that just torpedo their credibility in the most outlandish of ways. And while Ruffalo has been doing this for a long time, this is yet another terrible example of his overall insufferability. But I don't know if this one is a bridge too far, but it's another one of those, faulty stepping stones across a very tumultuous social media river. Mark Ruffalo offers a half-hearted apology after reposting an AI-generated image of Donald Trump with young women to push, yes, the island narrative. Blames Elon Musk for allowing so much disinformation on X. See, it wasn't my fault that I got baited into posting obvious AI images, which we're going to see them, and it's going to be obviously like, come on, is this your first day on the internet that you haven't seen AI generated images? But instead of going, oopsie daisy, well, we've seen his name. Okay, Trump's name was in the transcript that was released, the unsealed affidavit, which fully exonerated Trump, but he didn't want to mention any of that stuff. It's just, no. He's got a picture with Trump. It's him, it's Melania, it's Glade, it's all of them together. I've seen the picture before. That means he was basically getting massages without his pants on the island, right? No, not so much at all, really, Mark, but okay. Insufferably woke actor Mark Ruffalo, best known for playing Bruce Banner, well, the second Bruce Banner, and his superhero alter ego, the Hulk. Yes, well, he's more or less Cuck Hulk for those of you looking for a nice portmanteau, in the MCU, has reposted an AI-generated image of former President Donald Trump surrounded by young women in a pathetic effort to push the false island boy narrative. Ruffalo's comments came after several documents relating to Virginia Giuffre's lawsuit against the late disgraced businessman Epstein were made public earlier this week. And yeah, if you want the full flight list, well, at least most of it, 80 of the 120-odd names, shout out Ryan Dawson, sharing a post of an ex-user who claimed Trump headed to the island and shared two pictures of the former president accompanied by several young women. Ruffalo declared, gross, MAGA wants to paint every one of those flight lists as young child enthusiasts. Except the one guy who smiles and a group of young girls all headed to the fantasy island with him. My bet is there's some decent Republicans left in America that think that this is going too far. Yeah, of course, just donate more money to the Lincoln Project and all that stuff, concluded the far left actor. But yeah, there's his post right there. Okay, when he's not too busy shilling the jab, he's out there just trying to dunk on all those Republicans that are out there. But yeah, how do you look at those and not see obvious AI generation? Because, okay, cool, if these are supposed to be of a certain time frame that's out there, the one on the right looks a little bit more realistic, but Trump's face looks off on the one on the left. And if you're also going to try to do some cursory amount of journalism, the time when Epstein had his place up and running was during the 90s and 2000s, right? Okay, so why would these kids have the style? Okay, if they were supposed to be up to date, if they were supposed to be the most baitiest debate that was out there, why would they have the fashion sense of the late 70s, early 80s? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But and again, it's all AI generated crap, and well, Mark Ruffalo will just go ahead and fall on any sword to just try to dunk on the chuds. Ex-community notes noted some context to the original post, rather ambiguously noting, although there are authentic images of Trump with young women, these images are AI generated. Has anybody else noticed, anybody else noticed that if you've been on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, of recent, and have you ever noticed that just how terrible the community notes have gotten? Very speculative, a lot of opinion-based stuff that's on there. I've found myself downvoting and just not voting, not useful, not credible on a fair few number of community notes. Like even some ones from some people that I don't even find all that worthwhile. Like the system's getting co-opted. As astute individuals would have pointed out back at the time, where it's like, that hall monitoring system that you're setting up there, yeah, it's good in theory, but in practice, it's a little bit off. But okay, yeah, and providing a link to the lead stories article that fact-checked the aforementioned pictures of the former president in May of 2023, ultimately confirming they were fake. The woke actor's knee-jerk reaction post that did not bode well with other social media users who pointed out the images were fake and accused him of spreading misinformation. The Hulk is more real than these pictures, Kevin Dalton mocked, alluding to Ruffalo's role in the Marvel movies. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, maybe out of context, the one on the right looks a little bit more realistic. I'm sure that you could probably point out some very obvious hallmarks. Okay, now that I see it, the second chick, you can't see my cursor, but the one that's kind of got a longer face than the other three girls that all look like they're, twins. She looks a little bit flumpy, but yeah, the one on the left, and not for a second, but the one on the right, a little bit more so. You're spreading an absolute lie, Mark, posted Baron von Full. Oh, thank you, Baron. Not that you'd be all bothered by that. And yeah, and then Democrats. Another user decried, dude, you're sharing clearly fake AI pictures. I don't like Trump, but he was one of the first people to go to the police about Epstein and was the only one that worked with prosecutors. Exactly. Banned him from all of his properties, took one plane ride, but that was from New York, I think, down to Mar-a-Lago, or vice versa, but that was the flight trajectory. But outside of that, yeah, Trump has a pretty good people detector. He was one of, I think, either the only person or one of two people to have ever called out Sacha Baron Cohen when he was doing his Ali G interview type stuff. Like, Trump already knew off rip. Then it's like, nah, this is just a total joke. I'm not going to get set up on this one. He's got a pretty good people radar. And it's just, why on earth do you keep on hiring all these goons? It's almost like you should probably be the one making personnel decisions instead of just delegating those responsibility to other people. Oh, well. Making politics of child is disgusting, the frustrated user further pointed out. World Alternative Media. Yeah, sounds interesting. Okay, including a link to the article published by Lead Stories in early 2023. Keep It Wilder rhetorically inquires disinformation much. These are AI-generated pictures. The users added, you should know after 8 years of searching that there's no there. Exactly, fabricated pictures and all that stuff. Tagging X's own community notes, Deglobalizer writes, that's clearly not true. Zero evidence of Trump going to the island, and the pic is AI. Also, there has been zero Trump supporters that have been found to go to the island. At least vocal ones. Yeah, no. You're a moron, simply wrote Newsmax presenter Rob Schmidt, adding, there's nothing else to say. Because remember, Epstein was initially arrested under Trump's watch. It was so strange because the media was running hard and heavy when the story first broke, because they thought, oh God, yeah, Trump's got to be on those lists or something like that, and then it wasn't, and then all of a sudden, oh boy, that story ended up getting memory hold until, of course, oh wow, he just took a bed sheet, he was just real tired of living. Oh well, on to the next story. At the time, then President Trump officially distanced himself from the disgraced businessman, even though he had in private for a long time. But, well, I know him like everyone in Palm Beach knew him. I mean, people in Palm Beach knew him. He was a fixture of Palm Beach. I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him in 15 years. Wasn't a fan. I was not a fan of his. That I can tell you. The former president reiterated, well, yeah, of course. Furthermore, Trump had reportedly barred Epstein from Mar-a-Lago in 2012 when he found out the businessman had sexually a girl, and the former president's Florida resort. Information purportedly disclosed in the court documents part of the lawsuit between Epstein and attorney Bradley Edwards, who represented some of the financiers' accusers. Trump allegedly banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago in West Palm Beach because Epstein did tings to a girl at the club. Exactly. Interestingly, Ruffalo, here's the oh my God. Okay, yo, man, just take the L. You're acting like the bitch that you purport yourself to be on social media. What are you doing? Ruffalo addressed the backlash he had gotten after spreading misinformation about Trump, offering a half-hearted apology and shamelessly accusing Elon Musk of allowing so much disinformation on the social media platform. Please, you can't let people be this stupid. Oh my God, imagine how much... imagine if it was somebody that actually cared about being lied upon and then having serious accusations levied against them. Imagine what would happen if it had ended up coming to my neck of the woods. That would be terrible. Sorry, folks. Apparently, the these images are AI fakes. The fact Trump was on the plane, or on Epstein's plane, and what Epstein was up to is not. Be careful. Elon's X is allowing so much disinformation here is driving the value of his app down 55%. That is, you know what? Hey, I got to give him flowers for doing that type of pivot. Holy man. Just not taking the L there at all whatsoever. Not going, yeah, I know, I hate Trump, but you know what? You got to hate him with the facts. But nope, I just got to pass the buck on this. Unbelievable. However, some documents released this week confirm that the 45th president did not visit the home as Island had any contact with underage girl. Exactly. Another day, another Trump W, another day, another Mark Ruffalo L. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.